In time immemorial, the endless war destroyed the balance between yin and yang, plunging the Cadia Riverlands into chaos. As catastrophe loomed, a woman of destiny stepped forth, casting aside divinity for the plight of mortals.
Sacrifice for a fleeting moment of peace in the mortal realm. Does thine heart not regret?
To protect the realm. What is there to regret?
This day, destiny descends once more. Zutian the Ordained, of untold merit and unbound benevolence, preserver of peace and prosperity, unfaded by time. This day, let heaven and earth bear witness as the Phoenix ascends the throne, a realm united toward a new golden age.
From time forgotten to the new dawn, as long as I breathe, Shandu shall never fade!
Now you'll be the best sniper ever!
I'm sorry.
Leave me alone.
No! It's a decoy! Ever since that day, I vowed to keep you safe.
Rule with strength and conviction. Blossom with grace and compassion. My strategy spans centuries, for those I silently guard. From ashes to empress, my rebirth is eternal. The Phoenix reigns!
ये तारा इनको बहुत ज्यादा दिक्कत देने वाला है। थोड़ा सा फिर से यहाँ पर लौट आएंगे, अंदर जाएंगे परफेक्ट।
In time immemorial, the endless war destroyed the balance between yin and yang, plunging the Cadia Riverlands into chaos. As catastrophe loomed, a woman of destiny stepped forth, casting aside divinity for the plight of mortals.
With the final stretch is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, as we get closer to the grand finals that is going to be hosted tomorrow. We are going to be seeing the last finalists tonight, as two of the last teams will face each other for the last time. Of course, from coming down from the upper brackets, Daku Sena will face obviously another challenger, that is Tartarus, in the best of five series, as we will get our finalists as well as the regional tournament qualifier tonight, the last one, as LCF has already made it. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the Mythic Showdown Season 1. The final stretch is here, and let's see how the games are going to go. And we are here to witness together. And as obviously myself, I'm the host, Ray, and joining me this time around, obviously, I'm joined by Shinryu on this side. You can't see my hand because the hand is covered a little bit, but on the other side, we are actually seeing the cam debut of our beloved caster, Asiya, who's obviously, congrats to you for finally making the cam do it and having the confidence, because of course it takes a lot. Anyways, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to go to Shinryu, of course. Shinryu, how does it feel like to finally to see this final stretch of Mythic Showdown Season 1? Because of course tomorrow's the grand finals. Tonight we see the last qualifier for the regional tournament and the finalist.
Man, it has been a long journey, but somehow it just feels like it was yesterday that all started, right?
Yep.
And believe me or not, we have all been here from the day one, and it feels absolutely awesome to see these teams battling it out. And every good thing has to come to an end, but tonight it's gonna be an end of one team's. However, the other team which will win will go for the qualifiers, which will also go for the finals, finale. So overall, I feel it's gonna be really a battle to watch out for, and this is what we pay our internet bills for, right? This is what we actually pay to see, right? So, but out here you don't have to pay for to watch this. It's completely free, so you guys can like, share, and subscribe the stream. But hey, why don't we hear it from Asuya? What does she think about all this? The grand finale is real soon, so the last stretch, like you mentioned here.
If you ask me, the finals as well as the semi-finals, they're always pretty exciting because anything can happen. It's like just like we see, like who would have known that a team like LCF would go on ahead, become the top team, taking down Tartarus, which is considered to be the best team for now. So, yeah, and we all
Absolutely.
know, like whichever team goes from here onwards, like the same kind of excitement, right?
Obviously, because of course, this is the lower brackets finals and the final stretch. I've been mentioning it again because, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last one. Because tonight, the winner is all. I would say they would qualify for the grand finals, where they would have to fight another intense battle. But in our eyes, they're obviously a winner, because qualifying for the regional tournament, basically a bragging rights, right? Like, you're basically qualifying for a stage in the international level. So of course we are looking forward to that, to make sure you do not miss out any updates, because the updates haven't been given to us. It's been kept secret. So if you want to unveil the secrets, obviously make sure to follow MOVA 5v5 Esports India on Instagram. But anyways, let's focus into the game of tonight. Best of 5 series. Tartarus looking for a redemption. Obviously they want the revenge from LCF, who have kicked them down to the lower brackets, and so is Daku Sena. Both of them are looking forward to it. Let's see which one will get the chance to have the revenge and which one will not. Anyways, this is game number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's see. Shinryu, any prediction do you have for the, obviously, by seeing the bans? First pick, I think we're just gonna see it any second now.
Yeah, it does make sense. The Parsa, right, against Eden, you do not want to keep that open. The utility ban, so
From a
you can
ban.
go for the assassin. So pretty decent, I would say. Whereas the Uranus, the Kimi, as well as the Mathilda is something pretty standard we see from the side of Team Tartarus. They do not like to go against those heroes. However, with the Hayabusa locked in for the side of Team Dakuseda, this does open up a lot of options. The Lapu Lapu, even the Badang, something Kimi you can really use pretty well. So those heroes are still an option, and I do feel there's so more to Team Tartarus. You cannot actually pretty much predict their picks. However, it is kind of standard to the draft and the meta as well, right? What do they want to follow? But at the end of the day, I think they can surprise us with their drafts, because I have seen them picking up Nana, man, in the mid lane. So I have lost the reasoning sometimes. So the first two picks is going to be the Badang as well as the 1-1. So pretty good start, I would say. The 1-1, I think it functions really well. And against Assassin, it does suffer a little bit, but the damage scaling is pretty good, man.
Of course. And Asuya, what do you think? Any predictions from your end? Are you obviously familiar with Daku Sena? I think so.
Yeah, kind of. But both the teams are pretty unpredictable. At the same time, the bans, like you see, a Farsa, which has already been banned away. Maybe picking up a Karita can be an option because we've been seeing her quite often. And she can immune herself from the CC, which Badang will give you. Also, free dashes from a first skill, so can be an option.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. She
Hmm.
has been picked up, but the third hero, I. What's that actually?
That is Kaja actually. We are looking at a Kaja and a Kadita
Oh,
combo out here, so pretty interesting.
It makes
yeah.
sense though.
I was I was thinking since we already have a Hayabusa on the assassin, so you would kind of want something who can pick this guy off. And Kimi really loves that Gatotkacha, so maybe just picking him up just to taunt the Hayabusa away, or maybe even a Franco works. What do you think?
Ooh.
Go with a Kai instead. A little bit. I think this is a warm up game. I'm gonna be. I'm pretty sure at this point because first of all they pick up the Akai immediately. I feel like that was kind of unnecessary. Shouldn't have like gone so early on. But maybe they are well aware that maybe DS might ban it out. I understand the reasoning for the Akai though. For obviously first of all, Tang Jungle not gonna get bursted out by the Kadita or the Hayabusa easily. Second reason, disable the Kaja, who is obviously main threat to make sure Kyle doesn't get any chance to do so. Even if Kyle snowballs, there's the divine judgment into the table, right, Shinryu? So I
Hmm.
think Akai just a countermeasure, but I just feel like it came a little bit too early. What's your opinion on that?
I agree on you with that because I don't think so. The Kaja would necessarily be a ban worthy hero so far in the current meta, right? We don't see it popping off too often. However, it's still a standard. I mean, I would say a safer choice to go for because they do not want to reveal too much of their cards. Yes, the gold
Yeah,
lane
yeah.
is still a priority. Like they can still go for the Irithil. It's still not banned, right? And something with the range can definitely make things difficult for Kyle. But again, this is Kyle we are talking about, right? One of the top goal laners in India, preferably, arguably, debatably number one to some people. But hey, we do not know the hierarchy right now, the chart, right? So I think the one if he comes online pretty quick, it's gonna be pretty good. But however, this Akai is still a flex out here, right? We don't know for sure if it's going into the jungle or whether it's going to the roaming position or even to the EXP, right? I have seen today a game of Gaming Gladiator. They used the Akai in the EXP, so anything is possible with this hero. I mean, however they've seen it worthy, but the ban so far, the EXP, the roam, a little bit bans coming in, but I think the last ban should be in the mid section. Maybe something they want to take it off. Yes, it is the mid. The Faram is getting taken off out here.
Yeah, Nasuya, what about you?
Pretty hard to
Hello.
predict since all. Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, you are.
we hear you, right, man.
Yeah, since all the bans have been set in motion, right now we're looking for a mate pick against a Karita. Maybe fight range with range, go for um and the warrior or a Eve. What else? And I think a Lilia can also be an option. Yeah, there we go. It is the Lilia picked up by Eden. But then again, she excels when there are a lot of tanky heroes in the opponents, and we have already seen Akaja. He will be there in the front line, but most probably he will be using up that flicker combo, right? Just to dash in with a
Mhm.
flicker, kidnap someone, and then move away. So let's see how this Lilia works out. Also depends on the last two picks coming from side of Team Daku Sena, which obviously will be pretty tanky in the XP. Lapu Lapu can be an option.
Of course.
Oh.
Oh, how did we forget? This dude just got MSC skin, bro. Obviously, the Nathan is gonna be coming in, and I feel like he's also gonna
Mhm.
get traded or banned out into the next games because, of course, this is a best of 5 series. 3 wins to victory,
Oh.
and Nathan should be on the contending table. For a second, I almost forgot about it, but yeah, game number 1. I do think Tartarus was slightly holding back. That's why they didn't go in with the Nathan. 1-1 is a little bit just like you mentioned, right, Shinryu? Her
Mhm.
positioning as well as the scaling, it takes a bit of time compared to Nathan, who already scales off immediately from level 1. He's able to dominate against a lot of marksmen, so it's going to be interesting how it works out. But yeah, the draft has been finalized. 27 comes in with the Arlot, which is going to be meaning one thing, that They have the initiation completely on just one dude. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be diving into the Land of Dawn. This is a best of 5 series. Lower bracket finales. The winner goes to the grand finals and represents our India in the stage next level. So the stakes are high, absolutely. And our casters are going to be making it hype as well. So obviously, Shinnu and Asuya take it over from here. And I'm going to be taking it from a backseat.
Thank you so much, man. And yeah, this is going to be the first game in this best of 5 between Team Daku Sena versus Team Tartarus. But already a lot of action in the mid lane. The HP bars are dropping low. Will they get the first blood already in the first minute of the game is the question. But the Litho is still being contested out here. And they're going in actually out here, Asuya.
A lot of damage coming from the Esmeralda. Kimi manages to dash it away, but Kyashi still trying to get that last hit, but it will not be enough. Meanwhile, look at Jazz almost melting down the Akai. The early game damage from an Esmeralda is quite insane, and we can already see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of action already in the first minute. The goal lane still the 1-1 trying to clear it off. The HP bars are pretty low. The Kaja still trying to get the vision. Haitatsu, he knows he can just poke it a little bit, but the buff will be cleared out pretty easily. First 2 minutes of the game would be just them farming out, but however, Joseph's HP is pretty low. He should not just waste his time trying to poke a Kaja. He should just take the jungle pretty easily. However, I do feel, the early game advantage is still in the hands of Team Daku Sena. However, if they position incorrectly, Team Tartarus can actually, go in for the damage as well. But again, onto the bot lane near the gold section of the map, you can see they're trying to get some vision, they're trying to get some poke as well, but the first roll will be up soon. So Tartarus, will they contest for it is the question, because the jungle is still level 3.
Well, of course they will, although Hayabusa already level 4 starting up on that turtle, and our Lord all the way from the top lane. We might see some possible initiations coming in from him. Goes in, dash in, the flicker comes in, and he gets the first blood. And the turtle, though in hands of Kimi, rough waves, not actually hitting anyone, and Jazz will be trading it off with Kimi, a turtle not long sustained from either of the sides.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate for Kaishi. His team needed to just give him some vision or give him some peel, however that was lacking, and 27 just went in with the final slash as well as the flicker combo, getting the kill as well as Kimi getting the turtle. So that's going to be a good lead back towards the side of Team Tartarus. They needed that after that a disastrous start in the first 2 minutes. But again, Joseph with the heavy spin out here onto Jazz, but he does not get the pin yet, but he does get it finally, but it's going to be the duration over. So I don't think so they want to further pursue this anymore because the skill bar is pretty low. But onto the bot lane, there's a crossbow of tank.
Oh, Kyle really low, gets taken down. And with this, Daku Sena making sure that the marksman does not get the farm, but 27 gets manages to dodge it away. The final slash connecting onto 2 people, and the Wiki Shadow Kill, not enough damage yet to take down 27. I think 2 ultimates wasted, but Kimi blocking. Haitatsu grabs that kill onto the roam, a solo kill from his side. I think Nathan assisted, but yeah, that was an impressive trade-off coming up. But might see some possible initiations as Joseph goes for the orange. For Kyashi, he's in a pretty low HP, doesn't have the ultimate yet, needs the support. Eden all the way from behind for the backup. And we do see Kimi as well as Monon might also enter the fray, but the knockup comes in. Joseph dashes in, gets petrified. The rough weight damage isn't enough, and Kyashi is really low HP, gets 1 hit by the panda. Meanwhile, just uses up that ultimate to move away from there. And Nathan in a dicey situation, 27 all the way from the top lane just for some assists. And with this, I would say Tartarus winning out on that exchange. They are gathering towards the Nathan. Haitatsu is also there for the final slash and the dashes from 27. Rest of the team also going in. Kimi, the stun does not connect, but Funny Valentine grabbing onto that last kill right there. Haitatsu really low. Tartarus already being so aggressive in the early.
Yeah, so much pressure in the jungle, but the fight doesn't stop there. They're going in the mid.
The stuns connecting in once again, but far too deep as Haitatsu will be grabbing onto that kill. Kadeta's rough waves finally dishing out some damage which you really need. And the turtle dance already getting started. Joseph getting spotted by the Esmeralda. And the stuns connecting onto him. In between 4 people trying to do something right there. The Wiki Shadow Kill without any stacks. Kyashi doing a mistake right there, but Tartarus heavy spin pins Kyashi down, and he will be taken down away in that exchange. The ball coming in from Badang. Haitatsu just dashes it away, but Kyle might look for an exchange. Not yet though.
Yeah, and after pressurizing the jungle as well as the gold lane, that was so much victory for the side of Team Tartarus. 5 minutes into the game, the goal already into the side. The economy is pretty much there, but again the crossbow of tank on to Funny Valentine, and he will get taken down. That's gonna be the second time the Purify was on cooldown and it did not have any other way to go in. But again, there's gonna be another invade by Lazy Boy Musif onto the orange buff once again. Can he steal is the question, and he does actually. So more farm for him and less farm for Kayashi. Level 9 versus level 6 out here. Look at that.
Joseph being an absolute menace. Like, of course, level 9, a lot of tankiness coming from the Akai. Meanwhile, I do see 27 training it up with the first year in the top lane. Gosh,
Oh, man.
okay, the heavy spin connects on the two people. The team tries to pull up the flicker and the wall, and Stain will be getting taken down by Kimmy. Nathan trying to do something, dodges away with the ult. The damage from Joseph, it's not something which you can underestimate. Kimmy looking for some flanks, Chaz all the way from the top lane, and look at the Panda, man, in between so many people, taking a lot of damage, gets that kill, the Winky Shadow kills, damage isn't enough, gets distributed between people, and Eden takes Kashi down. A lot of damage from the side of Team Tartarus on the goal lead, on the aggro.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a level 7 Hayabusa against a level 10 Akai. And you know, we started off this game with the level 3 jungler from the side of Team Tartarus. It was like, you know, he was not getting the farm, but look at that, how fast the things change. And again on the bot lane, there's gonna be the Divine Judgment on to 27.
A lot of damage coming from 27 sustaining, though is level 9 right now. A lot of equipment, but in the top lane, the stun, Kimmy tries to do something right there. Followed up by Kyle, Jazz taking a lot of damage, but it will not be enough. The crossbow of tank taking that kill on to Jazz, and with this, a great exchange. Meanwhile, we do see the same thing in the bot lane. The rough wave coming in, 27 manages to dodge it away, but it will not be enough as Funny Valentine will be grabbing that kill. The heavy spinning Haitatsu down in a really low HP, manages to just dodge it away with the flicker, but Kimmy all the way from behind the scenes does not connect the second skill. The wall doesn't come up. Kihashi trying some exchanges, but marking down Kimmy as well as 27 is not the way to go for now. And with this only 7 minutes into the game, look at the macro from Tartarus and an easy turtle for them.
Red team has slain the turtle.
And some issue from the side of Shinryu, his voice is inaudible, but yeah, we do see Tartarus already on the goal lead right there. Haitatsu and the rest of the team looking for some defenses. They really need the late game before Nathan farms up, and the early game which a Hayabusa needs, the snowball which a Hayabusa needs, is something which they were not able to get. And with this, finally, look at Tartarus closing in. Second tier taken down pretty easily, but we do see Kimmy with a 3-man set with the wall. What a beautiful exchange, Kyle, with that crossbow of tank, taking that double kill onto his hands. Meanwhile, Kimmy will be traded off, but we do not need it as Kyle with the goal lead. A triple kill onto his hands. 4 men down, only Haitatsu remain. Will he be able to defend? Although the minions are pretty far away, the teams, especially Stain, will be coming back as soon as possible. Still, the Holy Shield already being fallen down from their side. And this might be the final march. As 2 people are there, Eden's damage hurts a lot. Joseph right in front, being a wall, taking up a lot of damage. I mean, just look at that. And the first inhibitor of the game falling down right there. Nathan trying to dish out some damage, manages to move away with the ultimate. Damage is enough. Kashi goes into the back seat, but the damage from the Wiki Shadow kill isn't enough, and Stain misses out on that ult. Will be getting traded off as Kyle gets another exchange, and Tartarus do not want to back off for now. Another minion wave spawning up. 27 looking for some exchanges onto Haitatsu, but he is quite a bit of tanky right there. Nathan with his ultimate on, trying to dish out some damage, but the heavy spin just pushes him away back into the fountain, and Joseph way too far behind gets taken down by Jazz. 21 kills for themselves, and with this, look at the stun coming in from Kimmy and Funny Valentine. Will be getting taken down. Oh, he will be exchanged as it is a double kill for Stain. A triple kill for him, a perfect set which you would want from a Kadeta. Too much engagement for Tartarus with this. Is it a throw? Is it Daku Sena getting that Lord for now? Although I do see Eden trying to provide some vision gets in between, uses up that ultimate and immunes the damage, but Esmeralda still after him, trying to zone him away, and with this, I guess, easy Lord for Daku Sena.
Absolutely, and there's not going to be anyone actually trying to go for the contest, and that's going to be an easy lot take. And it was so close. Tartarus almost had the game in their hands. Was trying to close it out. Bit too overzealous, and that's where they paid the price, right? And it's looking grim right now, but not so far because this Lord will just buy some time for the side of team Daku Sena to get back some gold, get back some item, and get back some farm that they need. But again, keep it going in strong.
Oh, a kill, another kill on Takashi. Nathan tries to exchange it. The damage isn't enough. The knockup connecting onto 27 does not allow him to follow up. Kyle taking down that Lord. Easy for Tartarus for now. They're still diving in. Once again, might go for some exchanges. One holy shield, 2 inhibitors remaining for them. It topples down finally. 27 in the full front. Looking for some exchanges. Look at the poke coming in from Eden. Joseph back once again. Kimi will just follow up what Joseph baits.
And once again, it's gonna be them standing in front of the base with the minions marching down. But again, they're trying to clear it out. Team Tartarus, they do not have the minions to close in bot lane. The waves are not coming crashing down, but can they end is the question right now, because you can see they're trying to push in really deep. 27
uses up that flicker waste. I would say the immortality almost taken down, but the knockup coming in onto Joseph. Stun gets suppressed by the third. Uses up the ultimate just to move away, but a double kill for Funny Valentine right there. Kyle manages to shut down Stain, and exchanges for exchanges. TS still remaining. Oh, Kyle almost in a pretty low HP.
No!
Those four passive isn't enough to save him from that damage, and Joseph is the only one remaining. 4 versus 1. Will he be able to sustain? I do not think so, because Chaz and the rest of the team. Funny Valentine also comes in for the grab, and with this, the damage, the heavy spin comes in, but it will not be enough as High Tatsu will be trading it off. Another throw, another possible throw from the side of Tartarus. An easy push for the side of Team DS.
Absolutely, it seems like Team Tartarus are definitely undermining the damage potential from this Nathan as well as the Kadita. They are just trying to clump up together, and that's where they are making the mistake, because they have an Esmeralda who can just go for the immobilize. Go for the stun, as well as the Kadita with the knockup, with the rough waves, can just clear as many members as she wants with the petrify combo, of course. But Funny Valentine is gonna be the main damage dealer that is just gonna be, dishing out so much damage, because you don't see that damage is hitting you until your HP bars just get disappearing. And this is pretty difficult for them. So, Daku Sena, they do have the advantage. They're getting back the farm that they need. But Tartarus, the overzealousness is definitely, not letting them get the reward that they're looking for. But again, how does Team Daku Sena will be ending is the question, because they need to get another wipeout for sure, or probably this Lord. But Tartarus, they already have such a good positioning on this Lord. It seems like it's pretty difficult for them to actually go in. For Daku Sena, will they contest is the question out here, or will they want to defend this?
Well, Hidatsu just providing the vision. Easy Lord for the side of Team Tartarus. But Kimi with the flicker goes in with the wall, connects up the 2 people. But the suppression from behind the scenes, and Funny Valentine will be get taken down. That was a very bad engage from the ultimate. Eden takes down Stain. 3 members remaining. All the damage dealers gone. What will happen? Kimi once again with the wall, trying to stop their movement, trying to stop their heals. And with this, the mid lane is coming up, sneaking up. Kimi might look for some possible exchanges, some possible CCs once again. 3 versus 4. What will they do? But yeah, look at the stun connecting in from them. And with this, Kyle's damage is way too much. The freeze coming in once again. Daz manages to barely survive, but no, it will not be possible, as Kyle will be grabbing onto that kill. 27 taking down High Tatsu. And with this, only Kashi remains, takes down 27, but it will not be enough, as it will be a double kill for Kyle. And a victory for the side of Team Tartarus.
Oh my goodness, not only once, it happened twice, and man oh man, Ray, we were surprised, weren't we? We did not expect that damage coming out from Funny Valentine, but the marking of their heroes on point. Tartarus definitely knew who they need to mark for.
Absolutely. One thing I was just noticing, that I would definitely say the game was extended much more than necessary, because I feel like it could have been ended earlier if they had a little bit more discipline. I feel like they were a little bit reckless with what they were doing. So hopefully they can fix that soon, pretty much. And of course, this is just game number 1 in Tartarus. So despite the fact that I think the draft is good. The Akai actually falls in perfectly, like a puzzle piece, especially when you have what do you say? The fact that he's able to counter out a few heroes, mainly. Also, the 1-1 was perfect, especially into her later phases. She's mostly immune. The damage from Funny Valentine, that is gonna be a crucial factor in game number 2, because I think Tartarus, especially Kyle, he's looking to bag that Nathan as soon as possible. Of course, because right now I feel like Nathan has risen from basically one of those marksmen that you might pick on a Saturday. Today is Saturday, technically. I should find a
Yeah.
different joke to say that. But yeah, basically, in the fact that he went from a very niche to right now, I would definitely say top tier right now. He has come back to his prime, and with the MSC skin as
Mhm.
well, I think we understand why, right? So I think game number 2, we are in for a treat. And obviously, in the MPP goes to the gold laner. But I would definitely say, what do you see? 27 played a crucial part, and so did Joseph. Of course, the frontliners are very crucial. But nonetheless, good game into the hands. Could have been a little bit faster, but overall, it is GG. But let's see what happened into the second game, because Daku Sena this time around, maybe with, obviously they have a little bit of a server difference because Daku Sena plays on Delhi. Tartarus is from Northeast, so they play on Bengal servers. But yeah, let's see if there's going to be much difference. Haitatsu on the Kaja was really good, but Kyashi, man, I feel like he kind of underperformed. But at the same time, 27 was disrupting him heavily, a lot of the times,
Yeah.
heavily, I would say.
Mhm.
So overall, I think it was a mix of a few factors. Let's see what happens into the game number 2. 14 minutes game, could have been a little bit less, but overall, it's a GG one. But yeah, what's your thoughts on this, Shinryu, obviously?
I mean, the constant invades from the side of team Tartarus with Joseph Camino not letting him take the buffs. I think that really snowballed a lot, because we saw at one point you know the jungle difference was like level 6 to level 10, right? Almost 3 to 4 level differences. So that really puts a lot of halt in taking down the objectives, even go for the lords, or even try to retrieve your own jungle buffs. And that really snowballed real hard, because the Hayabusa, we know how important it is for him to get the early kills, to get the early rotation, to get the victory, right? To get the dominance. But this time it did not happen so much. And I feel it all started in the first turtle fight, where 27 went in with the flicker final slash, and he was just deleted out there. And
Mhm.
from there on,
Got it.
it just yeah, it just continued on and on and on, and overall to a point where he was completely not dealing any damage despite going in and going using his skills. So I feel there was two hopes from their side, and both of them were just taken down in the last team fights. That's how Team Tartarus won that match. And if Team Dakusena, if they want to win the next match, they definitely need to keep their carries much safer, go for much more better peel. The Kaja, yes, it does go for the pick off, can give a bit vision, but I don't think so it can protect your carry as much as the tankier heroes can, the tanky frontliner can. So that might have been a problem for them for sure.
Absolutely right. And Asia, obviously, you were there throughout the whole game. Shinryu glitched for a little bit, but you were there. What's your opinion? Do you think any strat changes should come in from Dakusen, of course? Your voice is muted, Asuya. It happens. It's the first time camera curse. It will always happen. It will always happen. It is faded canon event, guys.
Mhm.
But yeah, of course, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to say two things. First of all, is that Joseph usually he plays assassins, right? He's very famous for playing assassins. So maybe that early Kaja pick was just to intimidate, or maybe just a potential counter for Joseph. But Joseph just comes out surprisingly, picks up Darkai, and I would say it's kind of inspiration is from yesterday's matches from Zohan, where they picked up the Akai, and it was very hard to deal for the side of Team Tartarus. And the other thing
Mm-hmm.
is, if you see Tartarus draft, amount of CC, the crowd control, the area crowd control they had the Arlor who can stun so many members, and they have Kimi who can, like, he was using up his flicker and dash and catching up around three people together at once. I would say even though Rakusena had Kadita, but then they lacked that area crowd control, which actually led to some not winning some of those team fights. And finally, Nathan he ulted towards Kimmy towards that end team fight. That was a very major mistake, I would say, in that last team fight.
Yeah, overall, we are obviously going to be seeing a little bit of a similar bands. Of course, the Farsa permanent ban. She's not going to be seeing the light of the day, 100%. Of course, they don't want to give Eden the hero that he's best at. Second thing is obviously into the table, the Harith that Tartarus is respecting for Funny Valentine. Understandable. So these two heroes, I feel like they're going to be interswitched and banned out over and over again. I'm curious to see the Nathan on the table. So, Shinryu, I do think Nathan is going to get contested this time around. Do you think it's a first pick or it's a little bit too strong to just pick it up on first?
I don't think this is a first pick worthy kind of hero. They can still let it go. There are a lot of strong picks still open. I would say if Team Tartarus won, they can go for the Fredrin out here. It's still open, right? And I think that's going to be a good option. But the Kimi is something you do not want to let go of your hands. So I think that's a really good hero to actually take, because the damage potential from this hero is really high as you go on from the mid to late game. But yeah, I think if Sena wants, they can deny that pick. They should not give Kimi plus the Nathan to the side of Team Tartarus. So it could be an option for Sena, of course, but I think they can still stick to their assassins. Maybe even the Hayabusa can work, given the fact it has a good early game. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a repeat from what happened in the last game. So a lot of options open for the side of Team Sena, but I would definitely like to know the thoughts of Asuya on this.
Yep. Asiya,
Yeah,
give your
yeah. Yes, Ray, continue.
no, give your. I'm just passing it to you.
Oh, yeah. Like, first of all, I would like to say that Kimi is really hard to deal with. Especially Kimi in the Hands of Eden will be more hard to deal with. I don't know, maybe just pick up something like Kadeta once again just to burst down Kimi, but then she will be with the Purify, so you need a good EXP with a lot of CC who can bait out those Purifies. Or maybe going for Moscow. And I would say Hayabusa is a great pick, but if the same thing happens, which happened in the last game, because after the nerf, I would say Hayabusa's damage potential in the early isn't that much. And I would say a Lancelot against a Kimi works out much better, but they have gone in for Hayabusa once again. Maybe they just don't want Joseph to pick it up, but Joseph can just even go for the Fanny.
Yeah. Joseph, Fanny, nah, I don't think it's
It's
gonna be
cursed,
happening.
man. It's
Yeah.
cursed. It's
It's
cursed, man. It's
cursed.
cursed.
Second thing,
Yeah.
Fanny's nerfed. Third thing,
Cursed.
if they pick it up, it's gonna get countered out. Fourth thing is gonna be if they're gonna do it, they can last pick, and by that time the draft would already be too strong for Dakusina for them to pick off anyone. So I don't think Fanny is gonna be coming into the table. What I would love to see is obviously the Nate, and I've been waiting for it, but Tartarus instead actually. Oh my god! For a second, I almost forgot about it. The Moskov is the comfort pick for Kyle. So this is a challenge. Actually, Tartarus is saying basically Kyle is saying, "Yo, Funny Valentine, you want to pick up the Nathan? Go ahead." Because right now I'm on my
Yeah.
comfort hero. Go ahead and do your job and do your business. Let's see how good he can obviously nail out a mage marksman, because of course that seems to be a specialty. But of course, Stain's gonna lock in with the Kadita, making sure that this Kimi, not the Kimi on the Eden on the Kimi. See, what am I seeing? Eden on Kimi,
Yeah.
bro. But yeah, but you get my
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
right? Basically,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
that tomboy
It's okay,
girl,
Ray.
that tomboy girl, basically, she gets suffered by this fish woman. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. First three priority picks looking good for both ends. Obviously, nothing out of the ordinary. The Fredrin leaving out open. Joseph would immediately prioritize it, especially considering there's a Hayabusa, a solid counter. But let's see. We still have the last two picks, and I feel like this is where we are going to be seeing a little bit of a change. What do you think, Shinya? Hello, Shinryu. Looks like you have disappeared again to the realm of disappearance. So, Austria, come on, take it over.
Well, the final drops, Rafaela being banned away, I would say great option because with a Fredrin you usually want to support. And with Rafaela's passive, she is kind of good. But then again, I would say the passive cooldown is pretty, even towards, especially towards the late game, it's pretty huge. So maybe picking up Angela, or maybe once again Kimi goes in for something more tanky, which can provide a lot of CC. Like Kalea. I was gonna say Kalea, but DS has just banned it
Fish.
away. So um,
They,
a lot
they
of
need
options
fish
still
coming.
open though. I would Shinju's back.
Yeah. It's definitely not my day, man. I am been speaking non-stop behind the scenes, so I just feel like a person, who is just talking to himself. But again, yeah, I feel with the bans, Angela should have been a definite ban. I was saying that because the Angela, along with the Fredrin, is a really potential threat, and so it's so disruptive in those team fight. You can get the HP bar low, and with the Angela shield as well as the healing is so much difficult to continue those fights forward. But I feel there's a lot of more options open for Kimi. Even the uh, I think the Tiger can walk as well if they timing it properly. But again, I think a pickup kind of draft will definitely work for him as well. Jawhead still open, can be a potential threat. And for the side of team Daku Sena, they can go for their roamer right now or potential for an EXP. But I think the not an EXP, I mean the whole lane actually. Also the EXP as well. So both of those are an option open for them. But currently looking at the side of team Tartarus, I think it's better to go for the goal lane and just keep the EXP pretty flexible for now because they can just shift the Kadod into the EXP and just go for a better roam. So that could be a viable option. But up to you, Ray, what do you think?
I think Gatot EXP lane is not that valid for one simple reason. It's a little bit passive. You play into the initiation role much more rather than being an EXP lane that plays for domination. But of course, it changes with you're playing in a different style, obviously, and your team can accommodate it better. But I feel like Dakusena for themselves, Haitatsu, needs a different kind of attack. Maybe it's time to pull out the Tiger, combo wombo with the fish and just go all whirlpool, but it obviously depends. So let's see what's going to be happening. Obviously, on to the other side, though, Tartarus pulls up with a horse, so that's two hefty frontliner that this Funny Valentine will have to deal with. That is going to be a little bit difficult considering the fact that Funny Valentine will right now have to pride us. And there we go. I was talking about it. Gatot, obviously, despite the fact they just go with the Carmilla to make sure to do a proper combination. But I do have a little bit of doubts. Let's see. They can reach the back line with the Curse of Blood, but with how the lineup and everything is going, it's a little bit too beefy for the Esmeralda, I believe at least. Because, I mean, 3 tanks technically, and you have 2 backliners. Hayabusa and Karita right now will have to do most of the job to make sure they get it right. If not, they're basically gonna get not bursted out DPS by Kyle on this Moskov, which is obviously a favorite as well as a comfort pick. Not to mention, this Moskov has been creating havoc ever since it has been picked up. Not to mention Eden as well. He has gotten a hero that he's comfortable with. Farsa, Zushin, Kimi. These are some of his signature heroes, and Kimi obviously, despite few nerfs to the table, she's still pretty strong. But ladies and gentlemen, into the game number 2 we go. This is obviously reminding you again the lower bracket finals, and this is going to be a decision maker. Let's see what's going to happen in game number 2. Tartarus leading with 1 pointer. Dakusena, can they make the score 1-1, giving us a game for definitely, or Tartarus makes it a 2, and Dakusena will be in a very bad spot. But anyways, as we dive into the Land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, and the casters, please take it away, Shinryu and Asuya.
Thank you so much once again, Ray. We'll be meeting you after this game, but I think it's going to be 27. Meeting is dead already in the first minute of the game.
Really low HP. 4 members just behind him gets knocked out. The shield still sustains, but it will not be enough. As 27 will be giving away his life way too early in this game. Yes, like Hayabusa really needs that early game snowball, and he might even get it. Goes in with the shadows, just contending for a Bulbasaur right there. But it will be Joseph, okay, who will be grabbing onto it.
Yeah, the Retribution definitely doing the work. However, there's a lot of work Dakusena still needs to do. They lost the first game. This is going to be a redemption for them for sure. They have gone with a different draft. They're looking a bit confident, but again, Haitatsu going in. There's going to be the Hyla still soaking in a lot of damage, but you can see they're not yet level 4, so they should not pursue this further. However, the jungle is being denied from the hands of Kayashi this time. Last time also we saw the same thing, and this time too the Hyla's being a menace already. Look at Kimi though.
Kimi goes in, and Kayashi in a really low HP goes back with the shadows, tries to do something right there. Kimi really low. Haitatsu manages to flicker it away, but one tap and Joseph gets that kill onto Kayashi. Rinse and repeat of the same game, and with this Irithel in a tight situation between 2 people, it will be the Carmilla who will be coming up for the support, but the lane has been cut. But Joseph once again touching people, and the damage from Kimi's passive is way too much. But in the top lane, I do see a kill. Kimi has been taken away, but Haitatsu gets traded off. Two marksmen duking it out, and I do see Kadita as well as the AOG connecting onto Kyle, gets knocked up, gets taken down, but it's an exchange for a turtle for a kill onto Kyle. With this, he's still going in for the blue. The rest of the team might arrive soon. Stain, level 3, tries to get to that level 4 before he can start to initiate. Same goes for Haitatsu. But I would say equal trade, fair exchange. What do you think, Shinryu?
Absolutely fair exchange, but I think the total definitely added some more gold. Not too much, but it's still gold. Even though they are still leading, but the kills are pretty much equal. You can see Funny Valentine still trying to farm. It's a bit behind in terms of EXP, but he should be getting it pretty quickly. But again, 27 in the midst of two members gets the knocker, but I think he might just get taken down once again. And yes, that's going to be the second time him being taken down from the side, from the bot lane all by himself. So he needs to be careful with this, how much aggressive he is in this game. But once again, Tartarus this time, they're giving away a lot of kills from the early on. So they need to be careful. The goal lead that they once had is kind of getting equalized. So far, just 3.5 minutes into the game, and I feel the Hayabusa is still doing pretty fine. He just have one kill, but if he gets a few more kills, he can just snowball pretty much, but Kyle needs a lot of farm. His team trying to give the vision, but top lane looking a bit grim.
Okay, Joseph, stance, connect, Haitatsu, AOD dropping down along with Hylos with the ramp walk. Story still goes on, the revitalize just to make them survive. With this, not much people falling, but Jazz once again, along with Joseph, gets taken down by Funny Valentine right there. Stain with the rough waves, providing some damage. Kyashi connects onto Eden but will not follow up for now because it's too risky for them. The damage isn't enough. And with this, Daku Sena on the gold lead, having a great time of their life. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Jazz, 27, is draining out all the gold from the first tier.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do when he gets a free lane. But the second turtle of the game is going to be up soon. So it looks like the purple buff is going to be taken right now from the side of this Hayabusa. However, the turtle is already started. They're getting zoned out. 27 doing a good job. Can he find the retribution? I don't think so, because the glorious pathway is going to zone them out. So there's a lot of zoning, a lot of skills already used, and an easy turtle take for the side of Team Tartarus. And they're trying to poke a little bit, but Eden needs to be careful. Oh.
Well, I would say nothing much. Kyashi just trying to go in. This time, this game, he is kind of careful not to give a lot of kills, because being a Hayabusa, he really needs that. Meanwhile, Joseph, between three members, tries to use the Praises Fraud. This will not be enough. Gets CC'd right there. Still the stuns connecting Kyashi all the way from the blue buff. Takes down Joseph. 27 also in a nice situation. The AOG drops down. Okay, the Purify just immune 27 away. A good use right there. But Daku Sena on the rampage with 6 kills under the hand. Haitatsu all alone. Hylos just providing some vision. And I would say the Gadot is doing a great job. Might initiate once again. Has the taunt. Okay, the Petrify combo and the rock waves, and 27 gets shredded to pieces by the damage from Stain. Kimi all alone, and with this, Kyle also joins up along with Eden. You really need some gold before this starts to scale up, but Stain gets stunned. Eden moves away with the first kill. Cannot commit without the tank. They might look for another exchange as Haitatsu provides some vision. Stain, Jazz, and the Riddle still behind them. Karashi doing well with the blue with his hands right now.
The economy is kind of, going up and down. You can see already the chart down there. But so far, Tartarus are in still control. They might have lost it twice, but still, they have the better half of this game. It's just the kills, actually, in the favor of Team Daku Sena. However, it's not too much. Still comebackable. The next turtle will be up soon. But this is the right thing Kyle is doing, right? He's getting the space he needs to farm it up, to get the, goal that he needs right now to get the items, the 4 items that he needs, the Trinity most preferably. But again, there's going to be the taunt on to Haitatsu, but Joseph is taking too much damage. The Curse of Blood is not going to connect though.
Valentine just dashes it away. The ramp walk also up there. Rough wave, not enough damage as the revitalize saves Joseph for now. Jazz trying to back off. The look from the Hylos is still there. Meanwhile, just look at Haitatsu being bombarded by 2 members right there. Eden's damage, the passive is flaring up. Will he be able to sustain? Manages to flicker it away, gets knocked up by Stain. And with this, meanwhile in the bot lane, we see 1 versus 1. manages to grab onto that kill with the lifesteal. He gets through those minions. Kayashi just one hit away. Oh my god, he did not have the Sky Piercer. But with this, Tartarus finally moving back into form.
Yeah, and that was such a good use of the micro, and it seems like Tartarus definitely making sure that they do not let the goal lead to accumulate to the side of Team Daku Sena. But once again, Joseph trying to tank the damage, but it seems like Daku Sena, they want to go in for another engage. They do not have the luxury of the gold so much, and they need to go for the perfect set, but they are losing in a lot of turrets already. You can see Haitatsu taking a lot of damage, but a good set by him.
Oh, a weak shadow kill takes down Eden. The damage is still there as Joseph gets traded out once again. A very good engage, I would say, because you've got two bounties. Daku Sena, they have a lot of skills but are lacking on the macro. Maybe try to push a bit more because 27 is all alone. Gets petrified, gets knocked up, still sustaining there. Try to do something on Stain. Gets stunned once again. The SOD also connects. Kyle will be coming in all the way from the top lane. Kimmy takes Funny Valentine down because the ramp walk is there. The heal is there from the Revitalize. Gets taking out Haitatsu and Jazz uses up that AOG just as a defensive maneuver. And with this, Tartarus once again on the lead.
Yeah, they are in the lead. They were always gonna get this lead towards their side. That's what it seems because of their aggression, and they get always a reward. Once again, the goal lead this time getting broader and broader, almost at a 4k deficit. That is Team Daku Sena gonna be, and they're losing in a lot of map space with this. The Lord is gonna be up pretty soon, but it seems like the itemization already favoring the side of Team Tartarus. You can see the difference between the goal laners, right? Almost 2.5k goal lead for this Moscow man. He has almost completed his 3 items, right? His 4th one already on his back. So another engage down the bot lane. Joseph, look at him though.
In the front, Kashi goes in with a weak shadow kill, but the damage isn't enough. Gets distributed. Just to move away, but look at the damage coming in from Kyle. Just melting down. The stun connects onto Jazz. Uses up the AOG once again just to defend himself. But Kimmy going in once again, and all the way from behind the scenes, 27 drops down like a bomb. And a kill as Jazz will be traded off in that exchange. The heal is still up. They're still looking for exchanges. The holy shields are toppling down. And with this, Tartarus might just go in for the Lord now.
Yeah, they have the luxury for this Lord to be onto their side. And Daku Sena, they had the kills, they had the luxury of a little bit of gold towards their side, but they have lost it all, and this is going to be a difficult part for them to get back. Yes, they can defend, they have some wave clear with the members that they have, but the level differences as well as the item deficiency is gonna be a problem, because you can see the Hayabusa barely have much kills onto him. He's 2-2-2, and that's not nearly enough, and this Hayabusa is not going to scale anymore because we are slowly rowing into the mid to late game, right? And it's going to be a problem because the turrets are being taken down pretty soon from the top lane as well, so the holy defenses is going to be the next contention. But look at Stain though.
Oh, Stain goes in, moves away with the rough waves. A lot of damage in the hands of Kyle right now. Just 2 hits away and you are dead. Finally, just grabbing onto the defense, which you really need. And with this, Stain going in once again, just trying to CC Joseph, but it will not be enough. You might be the one getting CC'd instead. And look at Haitatsu getting grabbed on, getting taunted. And with this, the lanes are synced perfectly. The Lord is also marching down. The first inhibitor falls down under the assault. Damage from Kyle. And Daku Sena looking for defense. And the Appraiser's Rod. Damage isn't enough. And Adita just moves away with the first kill, but they're trying to lock down onto the base. A lot of damage coming in and the stuns from Joseph, but a weak shadow kill coming in. 27 manages to move away. The shield just barely survives. Eden takes down another inhibitor. They're still going through Joseph with the stuns. Appraiser's Rod once again does not really connect him to anyone. Rock waves once again, no damage. Jazz, just look at the way he's melting down. 5 damage coming in from Kyle, and with this Eden also follows up. Jazz, that's the second kill right there. The SMT connects, will follow up, but the damage coming in from Kyle and between 3 members. The base is also getting locked down, and a triple kill, a mega kill, as Funny Valentine will also fall into that exchange. No defense.
Oh my goodness, that was another game secured for the side of Team Tartarus. It was looking a bit dicey in the early game. However, from the mid to late game, definitely they had things under control. And Ray, we have you back finally. Just break us, break down what just happened. What did you see went wrong for the side of Team Daku Sena this time around? Ray, your mic is off, sir.
Ray, your mic
Ray,
is
we
off.
cannot hear you, man. We cannot hear you, sir.
Damn,
This is
for a
the.
second,
It's okay.
how did
It's
I
okay.
do
So,
this?
You just called out.
I
You just
this is
called
the
out
Asia.
No,
Steve.
This
I
is the
just
Asia. This
no,
is the
no,
Asia I
no, no,
pick, man.
no. I'm just making sure that Asya does not feel embarrassed. She's the only one, you know. I'm such a good friend. But the jokes aside, of course. Jokes aside, of course.
Yeah, shift it.
What I wanted to say, obviously, I feel like Tartarus has played a comfort pick a little bit too well. Obviously, getting the Moskov into the hands of Kyle and obviously the Fredrin as well. We can clearly see. I just feel like Kyashi's Hayabusa is not working, man, especially considering the fact that he's not able to do much. Yes, Eden was not much of an effect either, but as you can see clearly, Kyle's comfort pick just worked out wonders for the side of Team Tartarus, right? Because of the fact that despite so much efforts that were coming in from Stain, 306 on a Kadita, that is an impressive work, especially considering there were so many non-burstable targets, 3 tanks. It still did not work because there was just a comfort pick. For some people, the comfort is just too overpowered, and Kyle is one of them. Getting the Moskov was just a little bit too heavy of a price. So I think we might just wrap this up on to the game number 3 pretty much soon, right? Because at this point, I'm not sure if Daku Sena has a response in their hand. How can they do it? Because I feel like they're a little bit confused. They're a little bit. I mean, they're having a little bit difficulty on who to prioritize. Like, they prioritize onto that obviously Eden. They don't want to give it to Eden. They are banning out the Matilda and stuff. And obviously, they don't want to give it out to the Baksha because Kimi will wreak havoc with it. But what do they do right now? Because right now, Kyle is just going to go for the Moskov. If they decide to ban out the Moskov, Kyle is going to go for the Nathan. That's one of the things. They have to have proper countermeasures. Kyashi with the Hayabusa decided and thought this could work out for 2 games, but clearly it has not been so far. I feel like his Hayabusa is not doing the magic trick. Maybe third time is the charm, but do they want to risk it? Because at this point, it's looking in a little bit of a vein, right? So, not sure what's going to happen. Game 3 just might be the last bit of a stretch. Might be a clean sweep because Tartarus, obviously, they have been dethroned, yes, but they have been sitting on the throne for the longest for a reason, right? LCF dethroned them, pushed them down to the lower brackets, but they're coming back for a little bit more, right? So let's see if Tartarus will take their revenge a little bit with an LCF pretty easily, or DS will stand to be an obstacle, because so far it has been a very effortless journey. So what's your thoughts on that, Asia, of course?
You almost said everything that's to be said. Perfect analysis
Yes,
right
I'm the
there.
yapper, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, you are.
Shinju, go ahead.
Well, no, I'll let Asia finish for now because she has something to say for sure. Let her have the time
This guy
she
just has
needs.
to beef with me. He doesn't want me to speak, right?
It seems like though. You know what, Ray, I have an idea. It seems like you guys have a beef. Why don't I just take the host role and you guys go in the game and just have your beef continued, man? What about that? What do you think about that suggestion, huh?
No, the beef will stay. Maybe for a different kind of a barbecue, right? But that's for a later chapter. But obviously, we're going to be diving into the game pretty soon, obviously, and as soon as possible, because this might just mark a probable clean sweep. First time, actually, in a best of 5 series, because so far we've had at least a minimum of 4 games. Tartarus might just prove themselves to be a little bit of a superior team. And obviously, Daku Sena might just be struggling a little bit to catch up onto them. So let's just see what's going to happen, right? So game number 3, the stakes are even higher. So Shinju, do you wanna stay here, or do you wanna welcome newcasters? I want you to be the decision maker. Come on.
Anything goes for the team, man. I'm a team player. Whatever is the call, man.
Okay, whatever's the call. So since obviously we're most likely coming into the end, because Tartarus most likely will obviously, I would love to have obviously 2 more people, Pichi and Itami, if you guys are obviously hearing me, take it over to the stage, as Shinju and me will obviously right now take a little bit of a break, and you guys can take it over from here. Whoever wants to be the host, go ahead, and whoever wants to cast, go ahead as well, because of course, all in fun for the teams and everything. Tartarus, Daku Sena, third pointer might just be in. So hello, Pichi, welcome into the casting.
Hello, hello. Thank you, Ray. And wonderful job you guys did. I was watching a little, and it was definitely a fun game to look at that. I mean, kind of coming in, but I want to know why Kashi loves the Hayabusa so much.
Itami, answer, come on. You're muted. Is it? Everybody's muted today. What's happening, bro?
No. We're not
Okay.
muted actually.
Okay, you're back.
Just analyzing the draft, I would say, and yeah, the draft in like the first ban phase is already over. This time, I don't think Dakusena are going to be giving out the 1-1 to Kyle because he is comfortable, quite comfortable with the hero too, and they do have that kind of a reliability. Let's say for the side of Team TRT, they do like playing aggressively. And speaking of Kyle, he can go against even an Irithel and or a Nathan, even with the 1-1. So banning it out will be a safer option, but meanwhile, that means that the EXP heroes as well as the flex picks are opened out. They're not giving out Eden. Apparently, the Kadita. Kadita has been quite a hot pick for either of the teams right now because the mid lane priority is definitely there, and Kadita, no, like the early game burst potential is definitely coming up from that woman.
Ooh, I like it so far. And I see you were witnessing the game number one, game number two, and dive into the game number three. What are you expecting right there for the jungler coming in from the side of Team Dakusena?
And just like you said, why does Kashi love the Hayabusa so much? Maybe save that jungle option for the second phase. And you know, even in the previous game, I would say Haitatsu, even though the vision was okay, that since there are a lot of tanks, I would just connect them with the Curse of Blood and then we will dish out a lot of damage. But then he was just getting soloed out, getting melted down by Kyle. So it didn't really work out. So I think two options for Dakusena first, maybe wait out on that jungler and try to counter the draft coming from Tartarus. But in this game, I would say that since there is a Granger who has a lot of range, so an assassin would probably work out, but let's just see, maybe pick something which has more sustain to it because we have seen Tartarus just loves going and waiting beside the jungle for Dakusena, not letting Kyashi farm at all.
And they are going in for the same kind of a composition once again. I like that. In weight composition is really working for them. And addition within Lilia, they have the black shrews that Lilia can come out of the situation safely. You're talking about giving Kyle the Granger. I feel like that's kind of a grave mistake you can do going against Team Tartarus. So I want to see what kind of a composition that they will be working towards the goal lane. But other than that, Itami, we are back again to the banning phase and it's going in very quickly. Let's give a very quick guesses.
They already banned out the Suyo, which Kyashi was quite comfortable with onto the earlier games as well. Because this guy, the Suyo, early game wise, he does has the damage too. And in terms of the objectives, he is able to clear out the jungle quite fast, even after the nerf. So, you know, I guess DS has only been one of the teams that has been prioritizing the Suyo after their nerfs. We haven't seen that hero quite pop up much onto the scene, but this guy is kind of making it work out. So definitely a respect band coming up from the side of Team Tartarus. Meanwhile, they will be trying to complete the draft as soon as possible. The Roma position as well as the jungler is still open for the side of Team DS, so they might be trying to prioritize the bans. Hayabusa also can be a good option for the side of Team Dakusena if they have the server advantage, but looks like it will be the Roma the Kalia setup tank, a setup Roma, the tsunami slams will be denied from the side of Team Tartarus. Kimi will also not pick it.
So maybe not. They can commit for that. But as of now, CC getting banned. Now with the banning of CC, maybe Dakusena
Ichi? Okay.
possibly trying to go for Gatotkacha as well. Haven't seen the addition of Gatotkacha so far, so maybe or maybe not. Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
Peachy.
Kimmy, Kimmy just loves picking up that Karol Kacha, so maybe going for him. But at the same time, right now, if we do see, I would say Harriet might face some issues considering there is Eden on the Lilia. Okay, the Lilia just swapped to Lancelot. And Joseph, it's just yesterday this guy took a maniac on this Lancelot. So now I think Harriet will not have a good time because a lot of dashes, a lot of damage after the buff. And of course, uh, Kimi just picks up the Khufra just so that Dakusena are not able to counter out the dashes, which will be like there are a lot of dashes in the hands of Team Tartarus right now. I would say a Phovis can be a great option, but there's already Esmeralda picked up, and 27 was doing an amazing job on that Esma, so maybe they just wanted to deny that pick to 27. What can I say? Tartarus just the way they draft. It's like they have already predicted what
Yeah.
Dakusena could pick up, and yeah,
Yes.
they just draft around it. I would say, they forced them to pick something up, and then they just counter draft it.
This is like a classic example of putting traps all over the places, and it's obvious traps. And so that Team Dakusena will be picking it up, and they actually did. So this time around, when you pick up a Harriet, I do expect you and your team to ban it up, or try to pick it for yourselves. So maybe picking it up for themselves could have been a very good uh, pick on their hand. But Esmeralda so early on is such a dicey pick for me, and it's really showing why it's going to be dicey. But maybe in the game it could be shining against the Padang. Now that Dakusina also kind of are placing traps, but it's very small against Team Tartarus as of now. But moving forward with the picks very quickly, Dakusena will be the one picking up the Kufra themselves, really liking it. That is definitely a 10 on 10 pick. But addition of Martis against a Lancelot. Itami, what are your views?
If you are able to, if you are able to land up with some kills onto the early game, then Martis should definitely be having the advantage. But looks like the game is already started. We are here onto the game number 3. This is going to be between Team TRT going up against Team Dakusena. So the match point for the side of Team TRT. Hopefully, Team Dakusena, they might be coming up with a sweep, or maybe not, or it might just be a clean sweep for now. So on to this match, I'll be your co-caster Itami. Joining me once again will be Asuya onto the decks.
Thank you, Itami, for joining us. Thank you, Peachy. We will be soon. We will be back soon. We miss you. But yeah, we already see a lot of engages already happening, a lot of skirmishes. Like we saw past, like Tartar, especially Joseph, just loves to invade those buffs, those minions, denying the early level 4 to the Martyrs. And they're doing this again. Just look at them.
Of course, and the level 4 mark is there. Looks like the engage will be coming up. Jazz just goes back, and Haitatsu has decided to just disengage onto there. The turtle will be spawning. It's just the poking going around. The first blood yet to be drawn, and looks like there will be a turtle contest coming up. Oh.
Well, yes, definitely, but Kufra flickers in. Same goes for the CC coming in from Kimi. A lot of damage from Eden too. The pokes are there, the balls are there, the bloom is there, dishing out a lot of damage on Tsukashi once again. Like, he always takes the damage from the turtle all alone solo, and I would say Tartarus just loves doing that, balancing Kyashi's HP down, and then 27, or maybe just Joseph dives in and takes the remaining HP, does the cleaning work. But Stain, all the way from behind, just dashes in with the first kill. They're still dancing around the turtle. Eden's blooms are hurting. He's zoning people hard, but Kyashi dives in once again. 27 trying to do some damage right there. But of course, even though the damage immune is there, it will be Joseph grabbing on the turtle. But two-man knock-up coming in from Haitatsu. But look at that beautiful kill, the combo from Haitatsu as well as Sakarita.
Yeah, the EXP trait for the turtle, it is quite decent, I would say, but still, TRT, 27 wouldn't have just been caught up. He tried to do the setup with the fist cracks, but apparently, unfortunately, it didn't happen for this case. But still, Tartarus having the objective advantage. Looks like Haitatsu, he will not be engaging anytime soon for now. And Kufra, he will be needing the initiation coming up from the side of his team as well. There he goes.
A beautiful Tyrant's Revenge and the rough waves coming in. Kimmy in a really low HP doesn't have the heal, so we're getting gunned down right there. But they are still going in for those exchanges. Some damage coming in from Eden, still trying to take down Kashi, but he manages to move away. Kyle all the way from the bot lane. For some exchanges, for some support. Joseph just farming up. They'll all be disengaging.
Yeah, a good, a safer choice right now too, just trying to farm up. And Dakusena, it is looking kind of dicey for them because in terms of the kill trees, they are a little bit ahead. But in terms of the gold lead, thanks to the objectives team TRT are securing, they are playing that objective kind of a gameplay, and the gold lead is favorable for their side. So if Funny Valentine is not able to keep up with Kyle's Granger, then he might be having some hard time. Yosef, he is quite deep.
Oh, but manages to just move away. This is what I said. He does the Kyrie plays. Barely managing to move away in a very low HP. And okay, Asma with the ultimate tries to bomb down Joseph. Still moving away, still dashing away. Has the passive. Just look at him, the way he's just annoying. Just for now. And with this, pretty good taunts coming in from both sides. Eden is hurting in the front line, nothing to capture him. Dakusena doesn't want to engage for now. 27 manages to grab onto that vision onto the Kadeta. With this possible engage coming in, really low HP Haitatsu moves away with the second skill, tries to heal up, and Jazz still going in for Joseph. The shield, really low HP, manages to dash away once again. And with this though, Stain in a perfect position, grabs onto that kill, uses up the rough wave just to move away. Kimmy with the ultimate and the flicker, 2-man knockup coming in, and with this still the immune on Stain manages to dash away into safety. And with this Haitatsu still moving there, Kashi grabs that kill onto Eden. And Kyle just exchanged it with Haitatsu, and with this a double kill for him. The wall is still up there. Jazz in a that situation tries to take down Kyle. He just heals up, and with this, both the teams disengaging for now. Let's just see if Tartarus or if it's Sena who manages to grab onto the turtle.
Yeah, for the trade of Joseph, maybe they could have been able to contest for the turtle, but unfortunately it didn't happen. And looks like Team TRT will be the one who will be trying to contest for the second turtle. But Funny Valentine as well as Haitatsu might be trying to engage. Oh!
A beautiful combo coming in, and still Haitatsu really low HP gets gunned down by Kyle once again. Dakusena having the upper hand, Stain trying to do some engages. The airborne is there. Kashi grabs onto Kimmy with the ultimate. 27 in a really low HP manages to just move away just by the threat of a double kill for Kashi. He's doing an amazing job with the Mortis.
That turtle steal from Haitatsu, I guess even TRT was not expecting it. It was the Roma who secured it, but Kashi got the treats. He just got a double. So it's still not yet over for the side of Team Dakusena. Even if they came up with the treats, it is still TRT who are having the advantage. Oh, 27 uses the fist cracks in order to clear the lane. They just go back, and looks like they will be able to secure that objective.
I say 27 tried his best, but then again, there is Haitatsu with the vision. Would say this Kufra as well as Kadeta combo is working out really well for them. The stuns are connecting, the knockups are connecting, and since only Eden has Purify, I see Kashi, he's making sure to take down Eden. So everyone knows their priorities in this game, I would say. And Jazz, always rotating, always for the help, has a lot of damage. Of course, he's Esmeralda of the early.
Yeah, definitely. The Falling Star Moon as well as the skill combination Esme has, it does give you the early game advantage. But okay, the Morning Fury comes up. The engage is still there, but they have decided to just go back. But no, the team fight.
Kimmy flickers away. Okay, Dash is still away with the rough wave, still standing tall. The heal is there, but look at 27 comes in with a clutch with the wall, and Kyle guns down Stain once again and that was a perfect lead. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we do see Joseph versus the Martyrs. One hit, and the Sky Piercer will grab that kill. But then, Funny Valentine will be taken down by Eden. A lot of damage from Lilia's Looms. And Eden managed to flicker it away. 27 still with the walls. Haitatsu gets stunned between those walls, between those fists. And Kashi making his way all the way from the bot lane just for some support, hoping that someone is there in low HP, but no. And with this, Tartarus might go in for the Lord, or they might just look for some engages, some clearance.
Yeah, just going out for the Lord right now might be some kind of an overextension, let's say, because the Martis is already back and they should be waiting it out, maybe trying to take down Kashi once again in order to go out for the Lord, because Martis does has the second skill immune, so it can come up with a clutch. But for the side of in TRT, they do have Joseph as well onto the Lancelot, so immune skills definitely both of the junglers they do have the advantage onto that. So it will be the retribution kind of a battle if both of the teams try to go out with Lord Dance. And apparently they have. Oh, Kadita just goes in, and there is the rough waves.
Beautiful combo coming in right there. And Joseph gets gunned down. I would say a perfect opportunity for Daku Sena to take down that turtle. But look at the flicker at 27 takes down Steen with that perfect combo of stuns. Stuns after stuns, 4 versus 3, and Funny Valentine all the way in the bot lane trying to clear it up. Kimi might go in for some CC, might go in for some knockouts pretty soon. They're waiting. Haitatsu in a really low HP gets gunned down by Kyle right there. And with this 27, Jazz in a really low HP, the next one to fall in the hands of Kyle. A lot of stacks onto his Sky Piercer. Funny Valentine has just decided to trade it off with the macro as he takes down the second tier from the bot lane. Joseph all the way tries to dash towards them, but no. And Akashi is the only one remaining, staying all the way, coming back to the base. A perfect easy lord for the side of Team Tartarus, along with the mid, clearing up the first turret, opening up the map to themselves. But Stain might look for some vision right there. I don't think so. There is any chance to contest though.
The jungler as well as the rumor, they are still not present onto the Lord scene, so it just might be quite of an overextension if Stain did decide to just go in. But okay, Haitatsu comes up with a Tyrant's Revenge.
Oh, the Purify and Mythic Shoes. Eden managed to survive Minion Fury, but Kashi manages to just immune it away. But a lot of damage onto Jazz, still surviving between so many members. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Kyle comes down. Funny Valentine solo. Of course, he is accounted for the Harriet and has a lot of stacks, a lot of damage for now. But yeah, the Lord marching down along with the lanes, which are kind of synced up. Doctor is looking for the final exchange. It is a 5 versus 4. They're trying to push it through once again. The knocks are connecting. And with this, the Lord coming down. Look at damage coming in onto Jazz, and Kyle comes down. Jazz once again. The holy shields are toppling. Joseph comes in, and Kashi might be, even Stain might be in some situation right there. Look at Joseph just staring down, dashing away. The first inhibitor of the game falling down with the ultimate, trying to take down Funny Valentine, but he will just be secure for now, making sure that he does not get taken down. And with the starter, still might look for some exchanges because Joseph is still there, has the immune, uses up the second skill, just dashes away as a lot of damage comes in from Funny Valentine. Final minion wave also coming in. The mid lane turret is still standing tall, but Kimi goes in, a knockup, that's not connect, just connects onto one person. Haitatsu flickers it away in a really low HP. Kadita trying to do something right there, uses up the rough wave, wastes up that ultimate. With this Kashi going in, they're just trying to clear up the lanes for now. Kimi doesn't have the CC he really needs, and with this Tartarus, might go back, but they're still trying to go in, trying to make the final push as another minion wave arrives. Meanwhile, damage, Joseph just going in for his blue, but let's see what happens now. 27 might look for some possible engage. The wall comes in. Kashi is the only one remaining, has the immune, but Kyle's damage is a lot. Just manages to save him from the ultimate and the Sky Piercer. And with this, Tartarus takes down the final inhibitor in the hands of Team Daku Sena. What will they do? They're still facing a lot of pressure. They're not retreating at all, waiting for another minion lane right there. Joseph just farming it up. And with this, Eden with a lot of damage with the blooms. 27 looking for some CCs on maybe 2 people. And yes, here comes the wall. Gets connected to 2 people, but they're all squishy. They're not squishy, they're all tanky. And 27 goes in once again with the wall. The damage was in quite a dicey situation right there. The Rockaway is coming in. 27 has the shield. A lot of damage, not connected, and Kashi grabs on to that last hit, and Kyle trying to take down Kashi. Will be gunning him down with the Sky Piercer. Double kill for him, and Haitatsu goes down. Only two minions remaining, 3 people remaining. A lot of squishies. Jazz trying to soak up a lot of damage, but gets gunned down once again. A triple kill for a maniac for Kyle right there, and Stain's the only one remaining. Will they go in? Are they trying for that, or will they end the base for now? They're still waiting it up. A lot of clock into the hands of Team Tartarus. Stain just doesn't want to give it, and Kimi goes in, but yeah, base just ends up.
Oh my god. TRT, this means that TRT is the second team who are like who have successfully secured their spot onto the regional tournament. They will be the second representative, but that also means they have qualified for the grand finals tomorrow onto the Mythic Showdown, and they have done a clean sweep against Team Daku Sena, a dominant display of game coming up from the side of Team Tartarus.
I mean, the game was just kill, 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 kill. Take objective, kill, 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 kill. It just went like that. The pressure that Team Tartarus were putting on, impeccable. Love the game coming in. But this whole month it has been LCF versus Team Tartarus. Now, we already had a match where into the upper brackets team LCF did defeat Tartarus. So tomorrow, not tomorrow exactly, the grand finals, as we already know, we have Team LCF as the first finale. Second team going up would be Tartarus as well. So I am like very, very much excited what will go down. Now, all these days we've been looking around. It's been all, 4 matches, 5 matches, but now Tartarus, they don't want to play around. They want to get it over. They're going to go away. And with that, we got the MVP, the Maniac Master. Give him the Granger. He knows what to do.
Definitely.
With the KD
So
of 12,000,002. That's crazy. Come on, he has been just carrying all those skills onto him. So yeah, what do you think about his performance?
I mean, giving Kyle Granger, it's one of his signature picks along with Moscow. And yeah, look at him, not even a single death. That's how well the frontliners were doing. That's how well he was positioning himself. And he knew that I have those stacks onto my Sky Piercer now, so I will gun down anyone and everyone in front of me. And Jazz knew it. He was trying to safeguard Kyashi. He was diving in into those front lines, but then it was not enough because even he was getting gunned down. And that deadly combo coming in from Eden as well as Kyle absolutely destroyed everything, melted down everything which was standing. Even though Kimmy's ultimates did not connect, they didn't even need it because they had 27 with good walls, and the damage from these two. I mean, just look at it, 30 and 37%. What do you even expect from the damage dealer? So much damage in the hands.
definitely.
Definitely.
And Kyle, as you said, he is quite dominant onto the Moskov as well as the Granger, and he had the early game farm advantage as well. So that is the one of the reasons why he was able to outfarm Funny Valentine onto the laning phase too. So he got the advantage, and with that, Team TRT will be the ones who will be qualifying for the grand finals as well, alongside Team LCF. So we are seeing the deja vu kind of a situation. It did happen on before
Whole
as
month.
well, onto the semi-finals, like upper bracket semi-finals, and we are once again having the finals this time. It is, kind of nostalgic because recently we did see both of these teams clash onto the LAN tournament as well. It was quite competitive, but onto the LAN, it was TRT who defeated LCF to go on onto the lower brackets. They went on onto the lower, and LCF eventually won onto the LAN onto the grand final. So this time it is TRT coming from the lower. So will it be the same kind of a scenario, or will Team Tartarus come up with a comeback? That will be, one of the most anticipated things for tomorrow.
Definitely. It's the grand finale. And as you guys already know, Mythic Showdown will be, the top two teams right here will be having a stage, will be having a chance to compete internationally as well. I think we got our top two teams, Team LCF and Team Tartarus. Congratulations. You have done such an amazing job of coming here and being the top two teams. But it's not over. All the top 8 teams we have, it will be updated to the Mythic leaderboard as you guys know, and let's wait for the grand finals. It's gonna go on a bang, definitely best of 7. Do stay tuned on the social media. It's going to be up posted very soon enough with the schedule and all, so you guys don't miss up. And don't forget, the giveaways are still on. Mythic Showdown, hashtag Mythic Showdown. So 3 winners per stream, that's a lot. So yeah, do stay tuned for that as well. And with that, that was it for the today's game. We'll have to wait it up, get a good strong hold for the grand final. So with that, let's take a break. Say good night, Itami and Asiya.
Bye bye, guys. See you tomorrow. We'll be back.
ज्यादा दिक्कत देने वाला है थोड़ा सा। फिर से यहाँ पर लौट आएंगे, अंदर जाएंगे पॉपअप।
In time immemorial, the endless war destroyed the balance between yin and yang, plunging the Cadia Riverlands into chaos. As catastrophe loomed, a woman of destiny stepped forth, casting aside divinity for the plight of mortals.
Sacrifice for a fleeting moment of peace in the mortal realm. Does thine heart not regret?
To protect the realm. What is there to regret?
This day, destiny descends once more. Zutian the Ordained, of untold merit and unbound benevolence, preserver of peace and prosperity, unfaded by time. This day, let heaven and earth bear witness as the Phoenix ascends the throne, a realm united toward a new golden age.
From time forgotten to the new dawn, as long as I breathe, Shandu shall never fade!
Now you'll be the best sniper ever!
I'm sorry.
Leave me alone.
No, it's a decoy! Ever since that day, I vowed to keep you safe.
Rule with strength and conviction. Blossom with grace and compassion. My strategy spans centuries, for those I silently guard. From ashes to empress, my rebirth is eternal. The Phoenix reigns!
ये तारा इनको बहुत ज्यादा दिक्कत देने वाला है थोड़ा सा। फिर से यहाँ पर लौट आएंगे, अंदर जाएंगे पॉपअप।